Hi yogis, and welcome to this yoga class, especially focusing on hip health. If you have a block or a pillow nearby, that might be helpful for a few poses in this practice today, but if not, no worries. Starting out today in child's pose. Go ahead and come to all fours, open up the knees wide to the edges of the mat, bringing the big toes to touch. Begin to bring your hips back to rest on your heels. Know it's normal if that isn't possible for you though. That can be due to tight hips, so feel free to stay up higher or even sit on a block in this pose if that feels more comfortable for you. From here, begin to actively reach your arms out in front of you, bringing your forehead down to the mat. When you arrive, begin to breathe in deeply and exhale fully. Feel your hips settling into the mat and the earth supporting you. Breathe in deeply and exhale fully. Hip tightness is so common these days due to us spending a large part of our day sitting. Tight hips can cause issues elsewhere like low back pain, spine misalignments, or even injury. Hip opening yoga poses may not only soothe hip and back pain, but also prevent future injury. This is a gentle hip opening practice, focusing on slightly longer holds to promote tension release. We'll be paying special attention to protect our knees while we move through the poses by engaging our muscles and hugging through the midline. You can try that out now by actively hugging your shins toward your center line. Take one more breath here in your child's pose. And begin to walk your hands in slowly, coming up to all fours or tabletop pose, hips stacked over knees, shoulders over wrists. Let's go into a few rounds of cat-cow from here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale, tuck chin to chest, really round through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, look up. And exhale, tuck the chin and round. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Begin to tuck through the toes, push into the hands, sending the hips up high for our first downward facing dog. Just begin to pedal out the feet here, bending into one knee and then the other. Really pushing through your index finger and thumb, straightening through the arms and straightening through the spine. From here, come to stillness in your down dog, and go ahead and begin to lift your right leg toward the sky for three-legged dog. Pull your knee to your chest and step your right foot up between your hands, lowering your back knee. Ensure your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Low lunge, inhale, hands to the sky, breathe in. And exhale, bring your palms together and down to heart center. From here, coming into revolved crescent, begin to twist, bringing your left elbow up and over to rest on your right knee. Pushing into your palms, keeping elbows wide, maybe looking over your right shoulder. Exhale, release. Both hands frame the front foot. Begin to walk your hands back, straightening through the right leg, coming into half splits. Hands about in line with your right knee. Inhale for a long straight spine, and exhale, fold. Feeling the hamstring stretch here, and breathe. Slowly begin to walk your hands back to low lunge. Step your right foot back and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's move to the other side, this time lifting your left leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Begin to pull your left knee to your chest and step your left foot up between your hands, lowering the back knee and ensuring your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Inhale, hands to the sky, breathe in, and exhale, bring your palms together and down to heart center. Coming into that revolved crescent on this side, begin to twist, bringing your right elbow this time to your left knee, pushing energetically into your palms, keeping those elbows wide. Breathe here. And exhale, release. Bring both hands to frame the front foot. Let's go into half splits from here. Begin to walk your hands back, straightening through the left leg. Hands about in line with your left knee. Inhale for a long straight spine. And exhale, fold. Great job, yogis. Begin to walk your hands back to low lunge. Stepping your left foot back, this time we're going to meet on all fours. From here, begin to tuck through the toes and walk your hands back to meet in a yogi squat. Heels can be flat on the mat or lifted about hip width distance. Palms together at heart center, actively pushing elbows into knees. Really try to straighten through the spine, sit tall here. And we'll take 3 breaths in our yogi squat. Exhale, release your hands down, walk yourself back out to all fours before tucking through the toes and sending the hips up and back to meet in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg once more, and exhale, pull your knee to chest and bring your right foot forward between your hands, setting up this time for high lunge. Keeping the back knee lifted, press into your right foot and lift your hands to the sky, high lunge. Breathe here. Bringing your hands to heart center. From here, we're going to transition to standing figure 4, moving through warrior 3. Rooting into your right foot, begin to tilt your torso forward and lift through your back leg until it's parallel to the floor, like one straight line from head to toe. Continue to turn your left inner thigh toward the ceiling so your leg remains neutral and your pelvis remains level. From here, we'll come up to standing, bending the left knee and bringing our left foot through to rest on our right knee, keeping active through that left foot. Standing figure 4. Begin to bend your right knee and gently sit the hips back to feel the stretch in your left hip. Great job, yogis. Go ahead and release everything down, standing up tall. Inhale, hands to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and step back into a plank pose. Elbows drawing in toward the midline. Let's lower all the way down to our belly. Inhale to high cobra. Push into your hands and lift your head and chest off the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, push up and back to downward facing dog. Let's move through that sequence on the other side. On your next inhale, lift your left leg toward the sky. Exhale, pull your left knee to chest and bring your left foot forward between your hands, setting up for high lunge on this side. Keeping the back knee lifted, press into your left foot and lift your hands to the sky. Breathe here. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Let's go through that transition to figure 4, moving through warrior 3 first. Rooting into the left foot, begin to tilt your torso forward and lift your back leg until it's about parallel to the floor. Straight line from head to toe. Continue to turn your right inner thigh to the ceiling this time so your leg remains neutral and your pelvis level. From here, we'll come up to standing. Bend the right knee and bring your right foot through to rest on your left knee, keeping active through the right foot. Standing figure 4, begin to bend your left knee and sit the hips back to feel the stretch in your right hip this time. Is the stretch different on this side? Go ahead and release everything down, standing up tall. Inhale, hands to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, stepping back into our plank pose, keeping those elbows drawing in toward the midline, lowering all the way down to our bellies again. Inhaling to high cobra, push into your hands, lifting your head and chest. And exhale, release. Inhale, go ahead and push up to all fours and begin to bring the knees into touch. From here, we're going to set up for hero pose. Bring feet toward the outside edges of the mat and begin to settle your hips back to sit between your feet. If this isn't accessible for you today, that is normal. Try helping the hips by sitting on a block or a pillow to elevate them. You can stay here breathing in this pose right here. If the full expression of hero is in your practice, feel free to take it here by coming down to your forearms or to your back, wherever you are. Breathe in deeply and exhale fully. Great job, yogis. On your next inhale, begin to release this pose. And slowly, when you're ready, we're going to meet all the way down, lying on our backs. When you arrive, bring the soles of your feet together, knees fall out wide to reclined butterfly pose, hands along your sides. From here, begin to gently push the outside edges of your feet into the mat beneath them. See if you can engage to start to gently lift your hips to hover a few inches off the mat. Take notice what muscles activated for you here. Where do you feel the sensation in this balancing and strengthening pose? Breathe in and exhale, release. Hips back down and draw your knees up and in toward your chest. Maybe rocking a bit side to side to massage the lower back. Perhaps reaching through your inner thighs to grab hold of your big toes and widen through the hips. Maybe bring one foot in or extend it long. Just find what feels good here. If you happen to have a block or pillow with you today, I invite you to end class in a wonderful restorative pose, supported bridge. If you do not have access to a block, you can take regular Shavasana by extending the legs out long and the arms out wide. If you're coming into supported bridge, bring the soles of the feet to the mat and the knees bent. Fingertips touching the backs of the heels to ensure proper alignment. Like coming into regular bridge pose, we'll lift through the hips, this time placing the block or pillow under your tailbone, allowing your pelvis to rest on top. There shouldn't be pain or pinching here. If so, you may need to adjust the block higher or lower. Once you find your supported spot, feel free to keep legs as they are, or, as an alternative, extend them long on the mat. Go ahead and breathe in deeply and exhale fully. Take one more long, deep breath in and exhale, let it all go. Nothing to do and nothing to manage. Enjoy these next few moments of stillness. This is where I will leave you today, yogis, in your supported restorative pose. Feel free to stay here for as long as your day allows. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. Be well. Namaste.